Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to go through for all those new players or returning players that are trying to remember every currency that we have in the game that is worthwhile to kind of chase after today. And the main three that we focus on are gold, Pheons, and blue crystals. Those are your main three that you kind of go after. Silver is another one that you get, but you passively can get that from cubes tickets that you acquire or from running chaos dungeons and various other things. Now for blue crystals and Pheons, you first need to either one, go through and rank up your roster, and at various points you'll get chances at getting these chests of crystals of 50 at various points as you rank up your roster. So that'll be a passive way to get those. Or what you can do is convert your gold in the currency exchange area, which you can just go over here and click buy crystals, and then depending on the day, the amount of gold per crystals will change. That right now, this is where it's at for the NA West servers, and it changes throughout time. So just depending on the day, like at one point it was up here, now it's slowly dropping down. So it just kind of just fluxes from day to day. So you just kind of watch it as days go by, and that's when you can really start making adjustments on when you should be buying it, when you should be holding your gold. So that's kind of the two ways to get the blue crystals. To get the Pheons, you are converting the blue crystals over into the Pheons in the same area. So here, as you can see here, there's one, but we'll just type up here in the search bar, Pheons, and there's your three different options that you get that you can just convert those crystals on over and go from there. What you can also do is sometimes you'll get from special drops from Amazon, and Smilegate will release stuff, or Twitch drops, you can get those, or sometimes login events. As you can see, a 20-day login reward gives you 20, or special events. Sometimes we'll have special islands that will give you the Pheons for free. But of course, all those are tied into acquiring gold. And now, how do you acquire gold in this game? Well, there's various methods. One method is to do your UNA's tasks, your dailies and your weeklies, and you'll start filling up this bar. Once when you hit 70, you get these UNA tokens. Now there's vendors in every city as you go throughout major city points that have the gold exchange. So you just kind of type in gold shop, and this on any place, and you go to this individual and they'll convert those UNA tokens into gold. So, and you just do that and you'll be able to passively get those there. You also have places, the dungeons. I cannot do that right now. Let me dip out of this island. But you have your abyssal dungeons, abyssal raids, legion raids that can get it. That you can get it from there. You can also get gold from various ways. So just to show you, you got your abyssal dungeons. They can give it. As you can see, this character cannot acquire it because I am past the item cap for it. Once when you get up to certain item levels, you will stop getting the gold from selected dungeons. The last cutoff point for getting gold from abyssal dungeon is 1415. Once when you hit that item level, you will no longer acquire gold from abyssal dungeons. Once we hit 1370, you'll start being able to Argos for the abyssal raid, and he'll give you gold as well. But once when you hit 1475, you'll lose his gold. But once when you hit 1415, you'll start unlocking Volton, and he'll start giving you gold on normal mode. 1430 for Vicus to get gold there. Back to 1445 for Volton hard. 1460 hard mode for Vicus. 1475 for Coccosadon. And then 1490 to unlock Brelsaja. With Legion raids, you can do 3 Legion Commander raids a week in order to get their gold that they drop, and it counts for both normal and hard. So if you do normal, you won't be able to do the hard mode because it locks you out of that week's rotation. So you would have to wait till the next week to be able to go through that Legion raid. Other methods of getting gold as well. The compass will tell you about field bosses, chaos gates, and adventure islands. The field bosses and the chaos gates will have loot auctions, and potentially, depending on the item in there, people will bid, and you'll get a cut of the winning amount of gold that was spent by the winner and be given that. And that is the same as well in Legion raids and the Abyssal raid and the Abyssal dungeons. They'll, at the very end, once when you beat the final bosses, they all have the excuse me, loot auction, and you can get gold that way. Adventure islands, depending on which one you go through and do, sometimes depending on the day, you'll get a gold earning, which in my case for today, there was a gold one on Snowpang Island, which I went and did. But depending on the day, you can just go through and look at your alarms and just kind of scroll through and see which day is the next gold. For me, Voltaire Island on the 19th, coming up in a couple days, that'll net some more gold. Adventure Islands typically give you around, depending on your item level, scaling up, but at least they give you at least from 500 up to 800 is what I have seen, depending on the item level of the character that is running it. So those are your methods of acquiring gold and doing that. Things that you can do with blue crystals is you can expand your roster storage. That is at any place that you have a storage. There's one tab that is upgraded at the in your stronghold by completing that up, and then there's a second tab with your roster storage that is unlocked via only blue crystals. Blue crystals as well unlock card storage slots. In this enhanced spot, they increase more, and as you go through, they eventually will cap out at 50 per line, but you're going to want more card slots to be able to complete more of your books, which we'll go over that in a separate video down the road. But those are a couple things that you can use for those. The Pheons, their sole purpose is for trading, mainly in the auction house. Everything has a Pheon cost. Just to show you, we'll just pull up the stone that I've saved, and we'll do a bid on it just to show. It requires right now 9 Pheons for a stone, and I only have 8, so I wouldn't even be able to make a bid on it, because as soon as you place a bid, it takes the Pheons and the gold out and kind of holds it if you are the victor of the bid. Now, starting on the 18th of January, they are going to be changing how much it costs for everything in the shops. So right now this one here is 25, but starting for the 18th of January, they're going to be 15 for relics, and everything's just going to be dropping down. Tier 1 and Tier 2 will not have Pheon cost attached to them, so here in the auction house, it's a straight gold. So, at least for now, that is what's going on, but the other items throughout will be changing in Tier 3 to kind of reduce the amount of Pheons to make it easier to get to your 5x3s or your 4x3s, depending on what you are needing in there. Reduce the amount of gold that you need to transfer into Pheons, and that you can start saving up for prices like this. Hopefully this was useful for you guys. If it was, please leave a like and a comment down below of something else that you're needing help with, getting back into, or starting yourself off with in Lost Ark. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. Bye.